Well, it's Tuesday after the holiday. Check out the temperature. Minus 25 Celsius. Minus 25 Celsius. And I just looked up on my in my conversion table. That's minus 13F. And we see trucks there traveling in distance. That's Trans-Canada 1. Sunset is coming up. Local time now is 7:23. 8:23, that's my Eastern time at my yard. So 7:23, and the sunrise is at 7:50. And that's why you see that red patch. And that smoke is coming from my right passenger side pipe. Because as most of you know, on these new trucks, only one pipe is connected to the engine. The other one is just for show. So, and it's funny, these modern trucks, when you see, you know, idling, you see like this guy, the smoke is coming from only one pipe, but for some reason in his case it's the left side pipe, whereas in my case it's the right side pipe. And that's motel number 6, a pretty decent hotel. I was on the second floor, actually overlooking this parking lot, so I watched this guy. Like when I parked yesterday, I got fuel, I got lots of additives because I knew it would be cold. And Canadian fuel is much better for cold weather than US. And there was nobody here. And then these guys showed up around 10 o'clock. But then in the morning, like 2 o'clock, this guy showed up and he parked like this. And when I'm looking from my window, I'm like, what the heck, is he trying to steal my fuel or something? Because, you know, when you look from the window, it seems like he's very close to me. And my plan was to go left from here, but now this guy is blocking me. So I'll have to go forward. That's another way out of this parking lot. And there's a road there. But that's how I came in. I came in through this little road here, and then turn in here, turn around, and I mean went around that spot where the trucks are, and just pulled in like this. But what I wanted to mention is that this stupid thing. You see this one? Well, it's hard to see. But this thing, that little switch over there, totally let me down. Because yesterday I came in, again, I knew that it would be cold. And you see, I've been idling, I don't know, 20 minutes? Look at the temperature. It's not even up to 100, but the air is already warm. You know, that's how you know the engine is warming up, when the air coming out warm. And now I got everything at the maximum. And what's funny, the truck, everything is in metric, right? Like kilometers. But here on the temperature side, everything is in Fahrenheit. I guess they couldn't figure out how to make metric markings or something. But 84, that's like what, like 30 degrees Celsius, right? So yeah, so I came in yesterday at 10 o'clock. Yeah, in the morning I wanted to drop the trailer and go get fuel, because on the night before I parked with only 50% fuel, and I was afraid again of condensation, you know, and moisture. And so I knew that it would be cold today, so I tried to drop the Jeep. Could not do it. The fifth wheel is stuck. Okay, so I tried to open the fifth wheel on the Jeep, kind of like to take the Jeep with me. That one opens. What? So I couldn't leave the Jeep behind, so I took the Jeep with me, you know. Basically left the trailer with the long neck here, took the Jeep with me, and drove. There's an Esso here, and I checked the price on Gas Buddy. It said $1.21 Canadian per liter. Okay, which is cheaper than the Shell closer here was $1.25. And I go to that Esso, and it's some kind of a super fancy diesel. Oh, it's better for your fuel economy, basically almost some kind of a premium diesel. And it's all, I checked all pumps, it's all the same. Like there's no basic diesel. and it's $1.25.9. And then when I check gas body again, I wanted to do a correction. I see already somebody did that. It shows $1.25, but anyway, so that's what I had to pay. And it's, you know, small hose, short, and they're slow. So I think I pumped. What did I pump? I got my a registry over here. We see where I have to write down my when I fill up. So this page is for Saskatchewan, and so you see Moosomin yesterday. So yeah, the driver side took 220 liters and the passenger side took 151 liters. So I pumped 371 liters, which is pretty much almost 100 US gallons. And so I put some additives. Those guys were selling that green bottle, that Canadian bottle. And I bought some 911 that dissolves already existing gelling. And I came out at 10 o'clock. So I shut down the truck for a full day. And yesterday was not that cold. And then then I came out at 10 o'clock. Ran the engine till it, you see now it's coming up. So that's what I did yesterday. I just ran the engine till it reached 100 degrees and shut down, went inside. Oh, and I programmed this stupid thing. It says, what do you want, manual or auto? I said, I want auto. I programmed that one for 6 o'clock a.m. I checked the date. Yes, today's date. Maybe that's where I made a mistake with the date. Like, what's the date? Today is 18th February. Yeah, that's what I said. I said I want this thing to start at 6 o'clock. At 6 o'clock on December 18th. Oh, wait a second. But 6 o'clock local. I was thinking local. Oh, that's why. I'm an idiot, you know. So because my truck is on the Eastern time, right? I guess this thing goes by that time, right? So when I told it to start at 6, that was actually 5. So wait a second. Does that mean that it actually ran? Yeah, because local time is 1 hour behind, right? So I came to the truck at 6:45 local time, which was 7:45. But the truck was cold. I don't think it started. Like all the air was out, you know, like when it's cold, all the air, like, because I know the seat was all the way down, and it started when I turned the key, it started beeping. And you know, minus 25, so minus, what is it, 13.5. The truck like but it started, you know. But that's not what I was trying to do, right? I don't want to, because that wears out your engine when you start it like this. But there was no other way, because that thing didn't preheat it. And actually I have a suspicion that what that does, I was doing some research online, and what that does, that just starts your bunk heater. Because I was going through the options there on the screen, and the only choice I see, it's auto or manual, and then you choose the timer, and that's it. Like, there's no nothing tells me that that's a real block heater, you know, because, but that's what I wanted to do when I was picking this truck. And I have another dial in the bunk, but actually that one says Espar, whereas this one is Webasto. Espar, it's a different brand, you know. So I think this should be a block heater, but for some reason it didn't start. So of course I need to test it, you know, before doing it in auto mode, automatic, like schedule mode. I'm gonna do manual. So I said manual 10 o'clock p.m. tonight. So we're gonna do a test, see if it starts, because and so yeah, so running good, because when I had to change my fuel filter, even running idle, the restriction, see this gauge over here, it showed like 10. That means that your fuel filter is all gelled up. So now I have a bunch of, first of all, I have Canadian diesel, which is much better, and because they already have kerosene inside and all these additives. Then I added this green bottle in each tank, like 1 liter or 2 pints, over 2 pints. And then on the night before, just in case, I put in that 911 small bottle in one tank, and now I just added another one, just in case it starts gelling up when I start driving, because you know, if it's windy and I have this huge hole between the wheel and the fender, right? And that's priority number one. When I come back, so this is Moosomin, and I should be back unloading in London probably Thursday, or I'm thinking Friday. So when I come back, I'm gonna take the truck to the Kenworth dealer and let them install those splash guards, because they're all painted, they're all sitting there waiting for me. But from here, it's about 1 hour or maybe less to Manitoba border, just going east on this Trans-Canada freeway, and then from there, see, I programmed my next stop as Flying J in Winnipeg, and that's 3.5 hours. You see, 355 kilometers, which is 210 miles. So I'm definitely not doing that without a stop, so I'm gonna stop somewhere. But yeah, my lights are flashing, everything is good. I walked around, checked all my chains. You see, now it's already getting light. So what's the, yeah, basically sunrise, official sunrise is in 20 minutes, but I have half an hour window before sunrise and after sunset, so we can go. Here we go again. Bye-bye Motel 6. It was 80 bucks Canadian a night, which is 56 US. Pretty good. And they've actually, this area, they're like 3, you know, pretty fancy hotels. So Best Western and this Canalta. Nice little town. And then they have oh, check out this guy. Peterbilt tri-drive tandem Jeep, Tadeno crane, and 3+2 in the back. So that's a serious, that's a heavier trailer than mine. And so I didn't use this one. A&W, I like them. Some places they have bison burgers, super nice. but I was quite a few times at this Red Barn. Nice name. Nice name for a restaurant. Red Barn Lounge and Restaurant. And there's big parking lot here. And I had the breakfast in there. They were open like, I don't know, since early morning. That's the sound you have when everything is super cold. And of course, transmission, drive axle 1, drive axle 2, everything is below 0 on the gauge. Another truck stop over here. Yeah, next big town is Brandon, 140 kilometers. Trying to get to 80 kilometers an hour, and we're gonna be trucking. Strike that. I'm going to be trucking in 8 low or gear 17. 80 kilometers an hour, 50 miles per hour, until I see some movement on these gauges: drive axle 1, drive axle 2, and transmission. Otherwise it's just wasting fuel. And so my RPM at 80 is 1360 RPM. The sun is coming up. I like starting, you know, early in the day and see the sunrise. And it's 5 to 8, and we only a couple of miles or kilometers away from Manitoba border. And I'm driving next to a railroad line. Saw quite a few trains here during my trip to and back from Alberta. The last one I saw, they had a bunch of sea containers, you know, double stacked, and the train had 2 locomotives, one at the front, one in the middle, and it was endless. The train, I don't know, like over 100 cars. I don't know how they do that, you know, how they can pull so much weight. But I read somewhere that those locomotives, they can have as much as 20,000 horsepower. 20,000, just one locomotive. All right, here we go. That's the Flying J over there. And actually, the fuel is not too bad. It's 125.9 per liter, or 124.9 cash. And gas is 101.9. That's Canadian dollars. Actually, last time I fueled at that Esso, it was 125.9. Same as here. And Dryden probably will be similar.
Turn right on Campaign 2, then turn right.
The Stinger, once a day, serves its purpose. Just brings me smoothly across the corner. So yeah, this is the first half of the day, and the timing is good. I hope so. Now it's only 5 to 12 local time, so I have plenty of daylight left to get to Dryden before dark. All right, so let's just get some def. Look at the back of that trailer. Well, first of all, it's all covered in snow, but secondly, it says explosives. 1.1B is the class. Alright, so def is on this side, so now I'm just gonna go in, prepay, and then hopefully I can get out of here. Well, it looks like it's pretty wide. Well, and Flying J is another disappointment. I was on that outside last pump, and there's no signs, right? No, like, you know, no def or anything. I go inside, stay in the line, and then the lady says, no def. She says everything froze at 9 o'clock this morning. and now it's 12:13 local time. You have to buy that one, and that always like irritates the heck out of me, like where they led you to believe it's like the same deal, where over there it's 89 cents per liter, inside it's $20 for 20 liters, which is, well, not that much of a difference, but it's such a pain in the butt, you know, to use that. And so a buddy of mine, that Vladimir, that did that incredible footage of me coming into that Flying J east of Regina, he's ahead of me. He's traveling with the reefer towards Montreal, and I asked him what the weather is like there, and he said it's -6 Celsius, which is much warmer than here. And so I still have pretty much, that's my depth, I still have more than 3/4, you know, so it's definitely gonna last, probably even to dry them. But I bought these, see, that's what they wanted to buy. They wanted to buy this BS, and of course it's all manual, right? So you have to grab these, so it's 10 liters, pretty much 2-gallon tanks, and then you have to pour it in your DEF tank, and of course you have to use that little adapter, as I call it, to put it in, or you can use this little hose, but they never work. It's just, I'm just saying, it's a pain in the butt, you know, to do this. But I might just keep one empty once I do it in the warmer weather. I'm gonna keep one for emergencies, because, you know, sometimes you come to a truck stop that they have DEF at the pump and everything is working, but, you know, and you wanna get like a couple of gallons just for emergencies, you know, because the engine will shut down if I don't fill it up. So I might keep one jug. But what I did remember to buy, I bought this. So I bought the grease. Of course I don't have a gun, so I can just use you know, my finger or a piece of wood like what I usually do. But for now, we'll do that later. But for now I'm just gonna use some spray, and I moved the hood, and it's not the latches. Well, it does make that noise a little bit at the latches on the side, but mostly the noise is coming from the top, where the hood sits on the rubber. And so what we're gonna do now is we're gonna climb up there and spray the rubber at the top with this powerful chemical solution. But it does make some noise here as well, so you might, oh. We might do this as well. See, that's where it's, oh wow, look at this, already has a hole in here. That's not good. You happy now? That should work. So that's it. So complicated mechanical repairs are complete. So now I can go. I'm off duty, so I can go grab something to eat and get the heck out of here. What? Did I spray? Shoot. I sprayed some of oil on the windshield. That's not good. Oh boy. All right, we're gonna fix it later. I got some, what do you call it? I got this spray over here. Otherwise that oil everything is frozen. Hallo, ist jemand da? Nicht schießen! Ich bin ein Partisan! Nicht schießen, kein Gestapo! Correction. It's probably Gestapo. Yeah, Gestapo, but in Russian it was Gestapo. That's from our Russian movies about World War II. They were quite popular. All that, you know, military propaganda. That's all we grew up with. Okay, sorry. Why are you looking there? There's nothing there. The guy already left. Roberts. This company from Quebec, and they all have oh, these two guys just have roll tights, flatbeds.
Привет, Сергей. Меня зовут Сурен. Мы не знакомы, но смотрю тебя на YouTube. Нужен совет. Как с тобой связаться? И вообще, WhatsApp, Viber. I don't have Facebook and Instagram.
Yeah, some guy says it's probably from Georgia, Russia. Sends me a text message. So he's sending me a text message and he's asking me how can he hook up with me, like how can he get in touch with me. But you're already sending me a text message, which means that you already know my phone number. Do you have WhatsApp? You know, I don't use those stupid apps, you know. Do you have Viber? What? Anyway, be man enough, give me a call, okay? The problem is he's probably overseas or somewhere. He doesn't want to call Canada, but anyway, I just wanted to show you when it's quick and I don't have much time. Actually, I was already here quite long. I gotta go. So here's what Colonel Sergey buys in terms of food. So we got some chicken tenders, look pretty tender, and we got some vegan vegetable egg rolls, 2 of those. Cannot miss the deal. The deal was good, 2 for not too expensive. And then I got 4 eggs, hard-boiled eggs, and we have this Simply Protein, because this one doesn't have any milk, any dairy. It's all plant-based, and this is a lemon coconut. flavor. So we're gonna start with this one and keep rolling. And why I had my headset because my brother sent me a message, and like I probably explained before, the way we exchange, the way we stay in touch, it's much easier to just talk. You know, you record a voice message on your phone using the free voice recorder, and then you just click share and you send it as an email attachment. And it takes a few tries because the receiving party is always surprised when they see a message, voice message sent via email. But now I was just telling my brother that I discovered a cooler method, and like I don't like using, you know, extra apps when you already have all this in your phone. But the cooler, quicker way to send somebody a voice message is through your SMS program, you know, like texting, because texting, you know, you can attach a picture, right? But if you click on the same icon for attachment, it gives you a bunch of choices, and one of them is voice recording, you know. And I click on that one, and what's beautiful about that, it keeps the file very small, and it has a timer. It starts at 10 minutes, and as soon as you start talking, the timer starts running towards 0, so you cannot record more than 10 minutes, which is more than enough. And then after you're done, you click the same icon at the bottom left there, like share or something, and you're back to your SMS screen. You don't have to touch anything else, and you see that voice message is already showing as attachment, right? And you're doing this when you're chatting with somebody, right? You're texting somebody, right? Of course, when you're stationary, you're not driving, but I'm just saying that you already has that phone number in there, right? You exchange a few messages, and then you just click, you know, the guy says, you know, where are you? What's the weather like there? And instead of typing, you can just click that attachment thing and just click voice recording and then attach and then send. Boom. And I did this already a few times where I can just, you know, use my voice and record like a quick 5-10 second message. So it's so much faster than you know, struggling with those keys like, hey, what's the weather like over there? It's, you know, minus 50 F over here. What it's like over there, right? And the guy sends you a reply. So a new method. And so I talked to my brother and said, hey, I lost your phone somewhere. What's your cell phone number? And now I sent him a few messages because, of course, it's international, Russia. And I typed, проверка, доходит. This is a test. Are you getting this? No reply. But this guy, this Georgian guy that's asking me, he's on 413. The area code is 413. 413 area code. Massachusetts. That's my least favorable state as a heavy hauler. So we're gonna reply to this guy saying, sorry, I don't have a phone. Not sure how I got this message. Sorry, I don't have a phone. Not sure how I got this message. We'll just test his sense of humor.